Hey guys, welcome again. This is going to be episode 4 for safety. I'm Joker, Kingdom Crew Motorcycle Ministry. This is Never Too Late YouTube channel. Again, it's going to be on safety because we've just had a massive amount of accidents with motorcycles. Sure. And then, of course, I'll let you elaborate on some of that.
Yeah. So, hey guys, my name is Weddle, Vice President, Kingdom Crew Motorcycle Ministry. So we do want to talk about safety. There's been a whole lot of just close calls or brothers going down and stuff like that. And then, matter of fact, just this past Friday on the 8th of May, we had a celebration of life to lay a brother to rest, and we ended up doing like a last ride for him as well. And here in Nevada, we don't have lane splitting, lane filtering. It's illegal here. We do it for safety. Obviously we do it so that way we're not stuck between cars or anything like that. But we had a brother that is a master tech mechanic and was out on a test ride, working on a bike. Was out on a test ride, and crazy thing about it, he was actually in a school zone. Schools getting let out, and had he been on his own personal bike, he may have went in, to the front there. But being that he was on a test ride, he had to, you have to do everything by the book and obey all the traffic laws and stuff like that. But unfortunately, a DUI hit him from behind and pushed him into another car, but ejected him, and ultimately it took his life. And leaves behind, his wife and his 5 children and mom and dad and siblings and his family and a whole bunch of friends who loved him dearly. And these things can be prevented.
Big time, yeah.
They can be prevented, and a lot of it starts with us as riders. Being safe, knowing our surroundings, also. Not riding aggressively, not always being in a hurry and stuff like that. But a huge part of it is vehicles, not looking, not noticing vehicles, not
People
noticing motorcycles. Phones are, oh my gosh, man, phones are horrible.
I'll never understand why people drive a $50,000 plus car, and I'm just being honest here.
Yeah,
the car's smarter than you.
Yeah.
And they're on the phone while driving.
Yeah.
That can wait. It really can.
Not only that, I think you can just push a button and say, hey, send a text message to so-and-so. Yeah. You can speak it, and it'll say sending now.
How I roll in my truck.
Right? You really don't need to even have your hand on your phone. The other day, my wife and I were on the bike, and we were going down the road, and there was a guy, both hands on his phone, steering the car with his knee, and not even paying attention, and it's just like, you got to let that guy just get away from you.
Yeah, let him go.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Slow down, back off, and just let that guy, just let him get away from you or whomever. And there's just too many close calls. And to be honest with you, like, just a few weeks ago, I had a close call, and I think it was like the 18th of, matter of fact, it was the 18th of April. I had a close call, and coming out of Utah. And there was nothing that I did wrong. It was nothing that any of the other riders did wrong. We were in a pack. There was like 45, 46 of us. And unfortunately, we had to slow down for a guy, and who was he needed to slow down. So I came out of the group, slowed down with him, and there was 3 of us. But his car was just jamming and trying, I look in my mirror and I see this little gray SUV behind us, beside us, behind us, beside us, and eventually comes in front of us, and then realizes that the car in front of him or her is going too slow, locks up their brakes, and chain reaction, we have to lock up our brakes. And it took everything I had, everything in me to not let that bike go down. And only by the grace of God am I here.
Yeah, that's
because
very true.
To be honest with you, I was sliding on my footboard, I was sliding on my footboard, and then came out of that, ended up in a death wobble. And again, only by the grace of God did I come out of that, all because somebody was in a hurry. trying to get around us, trying to get through us, trying to pass us, and it's uncalled for. It really is.
I think the thing that gets me is what I don't understand is people in a hurry to get to work. Is if the job or something's going to get up and leave or something, and if it does, you got bigger problems.
For sure.
Like turn around and go home because you got other things to worry about. But the people being in a hurry, I don't understand what the hurry is. What is so important that could cost you taking somebody's life, or more importantly, somebody else or your own, or a family member. And it's not just the cars; it's the bikes too.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean,
we're jamming all the time, right? Yeah.
So I'm not saying that this is not about who's right and wrong. It's just, I have noticed lately that the traffic is slowing down.
Yeah.
Because I can tell, because when I'm driving with the flow of traffic, the speed is much slower, and people are, there's always going to be impatient ones. I don't care where you're at.
Yeah, no matter what.
Just let them go. But I just think that people need to really look over your shoulder as well as check your mirrors. Look for bikers, and same, look for other cars too.
Yeah.
So, bikes, we need to be looking out for cars, and because we're no different. If we go to change lanes and we cut somebody off, it's no different.
Right.
The only difference is we got nothing around us.
Right. No protection. Right.
We just had an incident with one of the gentlemen with one of the MCs that we roll with, and unfortunately, he was a young guy, very, very nice guy. We know him very well.
Humble.
So such a very humble person. Such a wonderful guy. And he was making a left-hand turn in another vehicle. We don't know if there was at fault yet with the other vehicle or him. That's still in the air, so I won't make a comment because that's not right. But everything going too fast, that kind of thing, we don't know. But we know that because the safety was 9 p.m. at night, roughly around that time.
It was in the evening time for sure.
Reflective clothing, wear something. That's why our patches are reflective.
Yeah.
Because of that, and he unfortunately got hit. And it shattered his pelvic, his femur, and his right wrist.
Yeah.
And he's in his 20s.
He's 25.
25. So this is so unfortunate because not only is he a brother that we know, and it doesn't matter if you know him or not, any motorcyclist going down because of somebody being unsafe or something not going right, it can be prevented. Even the people, if we're speeding and we get into an accident, it's just one of those things that could have always been prevented.
For sure.
Slow your roll.
Yeah, slow down.
I don't get it,
Yeah.
I rolled just 8 hours going to my brother's house up in Sacramento. 8 hours there, 8 hours back. I prayed before I left, and I prayed before I came back. I laid oil on the bike before and when I came back.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem. Vegas was the worst.
Vegas.
Coming out of Vegas, it was absolute chaos. Once I got out on the 15, like I told you earlier, as soon as I got past Good Springs, I think it is, past that last casino, and I'm rolling out, gone.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I was 70, 75, cruise control the whole way. Whole way.
Yeah. And that's what it's about, too. We get to enjoy the ride that way, too, right?
It's beautiful.
Enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery, enjoy what's going on around you. And for me, to be honest with you, like us, we wear a patch that says Kingdom Crew, Jesus is Lord, right? And if we are cutting people off or just flying by them at 120 miles an hour, jumping in front of them, they're not going to respect us. It doesn't matter if you have a patch on your back or not. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a t-shirt or a tank top. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. People, they don't respect it. You start cutting them off or flying past them, and they look at you like, oh well, whatever.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look,
and it's not really the way to be.
It's not.
And we've made the rule because we have been guilty of it.
Oh, yeah.
But we've changed that, and we're not doing that. We're not going to roll like that. We're going to take our time and get there when we get there.
Yeah.
If we're not there in time, then we're not there in time.
Yeah. I belong to this Las Vegas emergency incident group, and every day, at least once a day, I get an alert about a motorcycle down. At least once a day.
It's been bad.
Yeah, it's not good. And then what's even worse about, like, we're in May, and I think May is like a motorcycle awareness month, right?
Yes.
And then on the billboard, like, above the highway, they put little messages or whatever, and it says, watch for motorcycles, or motorcycles slow down, and things like that. But there's still, no matter what, no matter what is message is being put out there or anything like that, every day a motorcycle is down, and there's no need for it.
It can be prevented in all aspects. The bike going down, or even if it's the bike's fault hitting a car, that can be prevented. They didn't need to do that, because that's going to change their perspective on the biker.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, like, you got to understand, if we're rolling and you cut us off, they're going to get irate because they don't have that surrounding that a car has. But
Sure.
I think anybody now, nowadays, they just don't even look. They go from the fast lane straight over and get off, and same thing coming on straight over.
Yeah.
It's just.
And I think for me too is, what if, say, if I'm on a motorcycle and I'm cruising at, excessive speeds, my reaction time, like cars are coming over and stuff like that, my reaction time has to be really good, right?
You gotta be quick.
I got to really watch, your next move. You already got to know your next move. For me, the number one rule of riding is ride like nobody sees you, because people don't see you, right? But if it's my fault, I'm riding, or I'm at a high rate of speed, or I'm in and out, I'm doing things I shouldn't be doing, and I get in an accident, and say I lose my life, or something bad happens to me, it's not just me and my family that's affected, but whomever hit me because of something I'm doing or whatever, their lives are changed, because of a situation that can be prevented, or vice versa. On a bike, and say, a car causes an accident. So many people are affected by that.
And not to mention, everything's on camera. Even my bike has a camera front and rear on it.
Right.
It's 360, 180 per side, so it gets 360 total. And it's made by Kenwood. So for the bikers out there, if you're looking to put a camera system on there, and when I bought my SoundStream radio, I think it's Volunteer Audio out of Tennessee. Great company.
Yeah.
We're not promoted by them. I'm just mentioning them because that's where I bought mine.
Sure.
$200 for the camera.
Right.
And it just records, and you can access it with your phone. It's a great thing. And, God forbid, that shouldn't have to come to that, but everything nowadays, it's all on camera. So I don't understand. Just take your time. You got plenty of time. If you're leaving late, that's on you. You should be leaving in time.
Right.
And not to mention, stay off the phone.
For sure.
It can wait. It's not, or use the hands-free.
Yeah, use that Bluetooth. Right.
And I understand that. Hands-free, it's the whole purpose for it. But I just can't understand the rush.
Right.
The hurry. 100 and something miles an hour. I see vehicles. It's like emotional driving almost. It is. It really is.
Right. For sure.
You can't be ahead of them.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say to a new rider?
Oh, definitely a new rider.
Yeah.
I would definitely take a motorcycle safety course. Absolutely. You should do that because it teaches you the braking, the shifting, the upshifting, downshifting, the braking between front and rear brake, and
to looking ahead.
Yeah.
All of it, right?
Yeah. Like, steering with your head, not your hands kind of thing. Yeah. There's a lot of valuable stuff. You even learn the basics of, God forbid you have to go down, but you learn the basics of how to take a basic fall. I'm not going to say, if it's a major wipeout, I don't think you can train for that. But
I don't think our body is prepared, or neither is our mind for anything like that. But
it's smart. You get an insurance discount, and you should always wear a helmet.
Always wear a helmet. Yeah.
I know that. I get it. I came from Texas. They didn't have a helmet law, and I remember years ago I didn't wear one. But after I just started seeing more and more people, I eventually just bought a full face, and I've been ever since. So
absolutely, I used to ride, just a brain bucket or a skid lid or whatever, whatever they call it. Whatever you want to call them now. But
even that's better than nothing.
Absolutely. But
absolutely.
When I went to the full face, I don't think I'll ever go back.
No, I won't. My Shoei, everything's built in.
Yeah.
I don't listen to my music on the intercom. That's another thing I think bikers should really not do, because it really does. I can hear when I'm on a phone call.
Right.
I can hear everything around me, but you can't hear when you got the
Distracted.
radio. So
right?
I just play the radio on the speakers.
Sure. And then I know on the back of your helmet you have that brake light that is motion censored.
Yeah, so that's
Right.
another thing I did get off Instagram, and I had it mentioned on the last video, but we had camera issues.
Right.
Go figure. But it's
Hey, we're learning.
Yeah, yeah. It's a attachable brake light. Many of you have probably seen it, and it's well worth $120.
Yeah.
And it basically has like an electronic gyroscope. So every time you brake, it senses that motion and it blinks 3 times, just like your brake lights.
Yeah.
So I've even had people mention it to me, saying that's really smart.
Right. I know we talked about it earlier when we first started about lane splitting or lane filtering or whatever it's called. I just want people to understand that we don't do it because we have to be in the front. Like, look at us, we got to be in the front. We do it for our safety. We do it so that we can get out of in between cars or semis or whatever the case may be. It's not a race to the front. Now, there are some people who, like that's what they feel or whatever. Even cars are like, oh, this guy, he thinks he has to be in the front or whatever. But it's not about that. So if you're watching and, and you're tuned in and maybe you don't ride, I just want you guys to understand that too. It's not about being cool. It's not about being a jerk or anything like that. It's really just to prevent us from being in between vehicles, because we're not able to just scoot out and break free, and what I'm trying to say is we don't have we don't have the ability to be protected. We don't have nothing around us, and to be honest with you, we sit there like this.
I'm in danger.
So that's great. The main threat that you have when you're at a stoplight or a stop sign and you got multiple lanes is the rear.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to not see. They're going to be on their phone. They're going to be in a hurry. They go to brake and they rear end you. And that's when you get hit on a bike like that, you're neck's going to whip back. It's going to be bad.
Most likely going to get ejected off the bike.
Oh yeah. That's the whole purpose of lane splitting, is that we can get in between the cars, which there's videos out there showing when people said, you know what, I'm going to lane split. And as soon as they did, you hear the screech and somebody rear end the car behind them. That's the way it goes. I'm sorry, but that was, that's the whole purpose of the lane splitting.
Yeah.
And
that's
you should do it safely. You should do it safely.
Absolutely.
Not going, you don't need to be zipping in cars like that.
No, for sure. That's a horrible sound, though, to be sitting and hear the tires screeching from somewhere, not knowing where it's coming from or if it's even near you, or it's just that sound. You're like, oh gosh, like where's that coming from?
And they've got some good technology. They've got helmets that are coming out with rear view cameras and HUD displays, but I do find that probably a bit distracting.
I would think so.
You're going to be looking up at it, not concentrating at a bike. Riding a bike is dangerous enough.
Right.
So I would just recommend, like when you talk about new riders, definitely a motorcycle safety course. You need to buy the appropriate CC bike. Don't get a bagger if you've never ridden before, because it's 1,000-pound bike, 800 to 1,000 pounds, right? So it's what you're looking at, and that's a heavy bike if you're not used to it. Start out small, work your way up. Unless you've been riding a while, you just haven't ridden in like 10 years or something. But if you're a brand new rider, no experience, don't go get a speed bike that you can't handle just because your friends got it.
Right.
And they, that's stupidity. Be wise. It is. It's
For sure.
Be wise. Just be wise when you buy.
It's something you just reminded me about. My bike's probably 1,000 pounds, right?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, easily. But I was on my wife's bike a few days ago, and it's not. It's a lot smaller. But it's so much easier to maneuver. It's so much
faster because you don't have the weight.
You don't have the weight, yeah. And but like I could find myself probably getting in trouble on that bike because it's so much smaller, it's so much faster, it's so much easier to, like I could throw that bike around basically, right? And so I just, for me, even got to remind myself that I'm only on 2 wheels. I have nothing protecting me. have no cage, nothing around me. But also, I gotta be smart on that too. I gotta make sure that I'm doing my part to be safe and do everything I can to not ride like a to not ride
Ride
like a
within your
jerk.
limits.
Yeah,
Know your limits.
yeah,
If you're feeling that you're outside of your boundaries of what you can control, you are.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down until you get back into that window where you know, okay, I can brake, I can turn, because the minute you can't, that's when something's going to happen.
Yeah, and then we react, right? And then we overthink, overcorrect, overreact. And the thing about it is, I don't know about you, but like at the end of the day, I just want to go home. I just want to go home to my family. I want everyone around me to be able to go home to their family and stuff like that. And like you said, before I get on the bike, I pray.
Absolutely.
And when I get home, I pray. I give praise to God. I give thanks to God that I did get home, that I made it home safe. But I'll tell you, there's been many times on a ride, and I'm praying, man, like, holy cow, God, like protect us or whatever the case may be, just because of the chaos out there on the road.
It can all be prevented. I just think that, bikes and cars, just slow down, take your time. And this is the thing, if you see a car coming on the freeway or a bike, it doesn't matter. They're still a vehicle. Let them in.
Give them space.
Back
Absolutely,
off a little bit. It ain't going to kill you. I mean, it's just slow down, let them in, and traffic will actually remain flowing. But everybody's like, it's me, I got to go.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it causes a jam.
Yep.
So,
And then passengers too on our bikes, like that changes everything,
everything.
right?
Weight, braking, acceleration.
Yeah,
And that's for people that are riding. If your passenger doesn't know how to ride, leaning is so very important.
yeah,
They need to lean with you at all times.
yeah. Lean with you, not against you, and then also not too far over. You're like
that's the way over.
tying their shoes.
Switch lanes. And it happens. We laugh about it because we've been there. But
Yeah,
if your passenger really doesn't know how to ride, take them on small rides, get them accustomed to it, have them the gear. They got to have the proper gear. Because if you go down,
right.
it's unforgiving.
And the thing about it is also, you're responsible for yourself on the bike, but you're responsible for your passenger too, and them having the right gear, knowing how to ride, knowing how to lean, all that stuff is very important. And also another thing that I would like to say about safety too is, especially on a bike or even a car, just proper maintenance. Make sure that you are up to par, that your bike or your car or whatever is running properly. Make sure that your brakes are good. Make sure that you're not going to stall. Make sure you're not having engine problems or problems that are going to create you to break down in the middle of the road, or for you to have to you can't keep up the speed or something like that. Lights. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I see is just make sure your lights are working.
Yeah.
Brake lights, headlights, running lights. They're not that expensive. And, if you buy a bike, and whether it be a Harley, an Indian Triumph, or
Whatever,
Honda, whatever, doesn't matter. It's a bike. And if you're buying a bike, get LEDs. They are way brighter. They are way more efficient.
Yeah.
And you will be seen, and get as much lighting as you can. It's not
For
ridiculous, Don't go overboard with it.
Right.
The same token, some people have an Airbus A380, but I'm not going to say that.
If you're referring to my headlights,
jeez.
if you're referring to
I thought my headlights were, and I've got a lot of lights on mine, but
yeah,
I saw my own brain in the rearview mirror with his lights. It was just like, wow.
But you see me.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was an airplane, but
But you see me.
yeah, we did. So did oncoming traffic 3 states away.
Well, hey, they say you don't. You hear an airplane about 2 miles after it already passes you, right? So at least you see me about 2 miles before I get there.
Right. We got that, and then you've also got, as well as lighting. Forgive me, guys. Your exhaust.
Yeah.
And people say, it's annoyingly loud or whatever. But noise saves lives. That's why Harley riders or Indian or any bikes, they go loud, because if you hear them, you're looking for the bike already.
Yeah.
We're not trying to, be obnoxious and go down the neighborhood, although we'll have those people that do that. You can't,
Yeah.
but it's no different with some people driving cars.
My wife tells me all the time, because she likes to ride. She rides backpack a lot. And she says, they may not have seen us, but they heard us. You know what I mean? They heard us. And well, yeah, they definitely heard us coming. It's just, but they're distracted. People are distracted. There's so many distractions out there, especially here in Vegas. Vegas is it's a 24-hour city. I mean,
It's cramped.
It
It's
is
just
so many people here,
Yeah,
and not enough roads, and
the
traffic.
roads are horrible. Oh my!
Yeah, not only the roads are horrible, but like 1 minute you're going 70 miles an hour, and next thing you're doing 15 miles an hour, if that. Like
The potholes. You got to watch some of these
Yeah, exactly
potholes,
right.
man. You see people just disappear. It's like, oh,
sinkhole, right? But traffic is just bad here, and there used to be a rush hour. You know, like certain time of the day,
yeah.
traffic was
From
bad.
6 to 6.
Yeah, or whatever. Right now it's just like it's sun up to sundown, and even then, but we're a 24-hour city. So maybe wherever you're living and wherever you're tuning in from,
Yeah.
maybe you don't have that. Maybe maybe you feel safe that you ride without a helmet and stuff like that. And we're not knocking that at all.
Yeah, if you do it, you do it. It's your
Yeah,
call.
yeah, that's just it. But what we're saying is, here, absolutely not.
Oh no.
Well, not only is
me.
it illegal, but
Not me.
definitely not me. But maybe you're from a place where you don't run into this as much, or maybe you're from a place where you're like, man, I can really relate to what they're talking about.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know
us
where
an
you're tuning in from. Send us an email. Send us, shoot us some pictures. We like to see like
send
where
it.
you're riding and what you're riding and
No
stuff
matter
like
what
that.
country, where you're at,
Yeah.
no matter what kind of bike. A bike's a bike. It doesn't matter.
Use on twos, right?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I see them all and I wave to them all. I'm not like that. So, but just be careful. Take your time. Know your surroundings. Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, just not the mopeds. Please don't send us pictures of you on a
Yeah,
moped.
No mopeds, please, guys. That's depressing. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, if that's all you got,
Hey, yeah, we're not knocking it.
send a pic. I won't post it, but send a pic. No, I'm just kidding. No, just send us a pic. It doesn't matter, man. Because some
sure.
people, like a moped, like in major cities, they couldn't get by with a big bike or something like that. So the mopeds actually scram in and out of traffic as much as.
Absolutely.
But
Hey, keeps them from walking.
yeah, then that's better than walking.
Yeah,
so.
they're not on the bus, that's for sure. But anyway, like we kind of we got a little
Off topic.
well, not really. But anyways, guys, just thank you for what you do, and thank you for joining and watching, and hey, this topic for this episode is safety. But if there's something that you have like you would like for us to cover, or maybe
Yeah.
that's on
Equipment.
anything, yeah.
And I'll bring the equipment on the next video to show you the brake light.
Yeah.
Some of you may have seen it, but some people haven't.
Sure.
And it's for $120.
Yeah.
It's a Wizen, and it lasted. My headset went dead
Before your brake light.
before my brake light did.
Right. And then another thing too is like, where did you get it? We can put a link in if
Yeah.
like we can put a link in there, something like that. So
I'll put a link
put a link in there.
to the company direct,
Yeah.
and then you can order it directly that way.
Or I mean, you may find it somewhere else, but at least it's a go-to, right? At least you have something to cross-reference.
And then let's see, it was that, and then any lighting and stuff like that. If there's any particular lighting you're looking for, like a Shark Demon headlight or the LEDs.
Or an Airbus.
Yeah. If you want the Airbus A380 look, that's a great way to go. Those are some bright lights, bro. They'll burn your corneas out, but they'll see you coming.
But you see me coming.
Yeah. Audio of a monitor. So,
Right.
but we do appreciate you all joining in, and I'll let you close in prayer, brother.
Yeah, we're going to close in prayer again. Like, share, subscribe.
Absolutely, please.
And then let us know where you're tuning in from, and then also any questions, any comments, anything like that, anything you would like us to cover, put it in the comments for us.
We'd love to have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, close out.
All right, let's close in prayer. Father God, we just thank you, Lord. We just thank you for today. We thank you for every day that you give us, and we know that tomorrow's not promised, God. We do look forward to it. And Lord, I just ask right now, God, that you would just watch over us as riders, watch over us as drivers, and God, just allow us to be less distracted. Allow us to be just our head on a swivel, more in tune to what's going on around us, Father God. And Jesus, we just pray that every day that we're on the bikes or even if we're in a car, that you just bring us home, God, that we start our day giving you praise. And God, when we get home, we end our day just giving you the same praise. And Lord, I just pray that if anybody here has lost somebody that was on a bike or even in a car, Father God, and maybe this is a sensitive topic to them or whatever, just put a hedge of protection around them, God. Just kind of draw close to them and let them know that they're not alone, God. And we just thank you for the fact that we get to do this. And for us, it's not about likes or viewers, but God, just to glorify you and just put out awareness to whatever we get to do for the ministry. So we thank you again for this day, God. We just pray that for those watching, no matter where you're watching from, whether it's in the States or different countries, we just thank you for that. And we just, if you need any prayer requests, God, that we cover those too, and that you just put a hedge of protection around each and every person, God. And we give you praise, we give you the honor, we give you the glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, guys, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Take care.